Hey everyone, this is Caden Weingartner. I wanted to make more of a swimming related video recently because we just had a meet this last weekend, and I wanted to talk about a little bit how I did, how I think this means for the rest of the season. So let's get into that. I'm going to put my times and my splits up on screen. For this was our Battle of the Ravine meet. It happened on February 6th, and I swam the 200 and the 100 free. Now, don't make fun of me too much. These are definitely not my best times. I'll be comparing them to my best times, but I don't think I did too horrible. I want to start with the 200 free here because I swam first. Also, sorry I didn't get any recording for the actual events. I completely forgot to ask anybody to record it for me. But first, I think I started off a bit too fast here. Leading off 25.9. Not horrible. Definitely faster than I've gone before in my best time 200 free anyway. The 30 at the second 50 for the 100, that definitely wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie, these turns were really bad this whole meet, especially this 200. Like I get up way too close to the wall and I'd turn real tight, and then I'd push down kind of way too far down, and then it would take me a bit to get back up to the top to swim again. It was pretty bad, especially this 2 free. Like I definitely here at the 100 mark, whenever I did that flip turn right for the 100, I pushed off the timing pad, went like up in the air. That happened a few times during that event. That was pretty annoying. So 30.15 on that 100 free split. For 56.08 for that 100 free, and then at the 150 did it again, hit that timing pad, and it went way up in the air, and I got no push off, and I went all the way down again. The wall after that, also at the 175 mark, I hit that way too close also, and then came back as hard as I could. You can definitely see here I died quite bad on that last 50. My 50 split was a 31 from a 30. So it's not too horrible. And then 157.44, definitely not my best time. Not the worst I've ever done either. It's better than what I did last meet, for sure. I think last meet it was like 2 minutes something. It was pretty bad. Let's compare that to my best 2 free here I have up from our state meet last year. This was for the senior state championship meet in Oklahoma. First 50 out, 26.01. So a little bit slower. A little bit slower there than the first 50 I went out on this one, but I went out definitely faster on that second 50 there last year with the 28.37, leading my first 100 with a 54.3. So you can already see big 2-second difference there. And at the 150, 29 second, and at the 200, a 28 second. Of course, this event was a year ago. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I remember while I was thinking during the race, the turns and stuff weren't bad. I think I had good details during that, but it comes with tapering. I'm not tapered right now at all. I'm not shaved or anything like that. I think once I taper, I'll definitely have the endurance to not die my second 100 or last 50 in my event. Now, let's talk about my 100 free. I think it went a lot better than my 200 free did at this meet. So I came out first 50, 25.3, not the best ever. And then came back 27.3. Not horrible either. Got a 52.65. Comparing that even to earlier this season, I've definitely had some really bad times in the 100 free this season. I remember some meet I went like a 55. That was pretty bad. And then mid-season, I've gone 51 something, so not horribly far off then. And we were rested for that. And let's compare that to, again, our senior state championship at last year. At the 50 last year, I was out a 24.39, so quite a bit faster there, and a 26.59 to finish off the event. at a time of 50.98. So I definitely thought during the race when I was swimming at this time also, my turns were definitely better than 200. I was feeling it during the race. I went out too slow in that first 50. I was a bit scared I was going to die again like I did in that 200, and you just can't think when you're swimming in 100. I realize that now, and like seeing other people on my team swim it later in their relays, you can't even think. You just have to go as fast as you can. It's a sprint event. So I did too much thinking there. I went out at 25. Should have definitely been at 24 something out. And then I think I probably could have came back faster also. Could have spun my arms more, kick harder or something to come back a bit harder to finish that event. Because I definitely don't remember it hurting as bad as I was hurting at the end of that 2 free. But also I had some better turns and stuff in there. So overall, not too bad. I'm happy with how I did in this meet, honestly. It was a day after a hard set. So I'm not upset about it or anything. I think I did pretty good. And now some update time, everything like that. A few weeks ago we had a snowstorm. I might put up some pictures if I have any. I was completely stuck in. Like the snow was up, like probably about higher than that I can show on the screen, behind my car and all around it, so I couldn't drive anywhere for a while. I mean, it's not awful. I have some friends that got 4-wheel drive cars that can go around in the snow, but I was stuck in there until like a week later at least. But it was fun. We had this big hill. I definitely have a picture that I can put in here. A big hill right outside my dorm where the road leads down to our pool that we went sledding down. I think we stacked like 6 of us on a air mattress once and sledded down. It was a lot of fun. We fell off and we ran. I definitely ran into some people. I think I ran a few people over at one point while I was sledding. Sorry to them, but it was a lot of fun, especially like that first week. And then after that, it did start getting pretty annoying because I don't know how it was for anybody that's watching, but for us, it was a lot of ice. There wasn't really snow. Couldn't really make snowballs or anything, unfortunately, until it started melting. It was a lot of ice. So walking from my dorm to my cafeteria, I was slipping a lot. I didn't fall completely at all, actually. I got pretty lucky there, but I did slip quite often, and I had to walk super slow to get to the cafeteria and back every day. So that did start getting pretty annoying. There was also a big shadow from a building that's right next to the cafeteria, and it would shadow would go right over that parking lot, and like kept the ice until still now. There's still ice there now, like 2 or 3 weeks later. It's crazy. But that's pretty much all I had. One thing next week, I'm not saying expect it, but there might be a bit of a little funny video next week because something's going to happen. I'm not going to say what it is, but might be a little bit of a funny video next week before we head off the conference. And that is soon. This time I will try to get some recordings of my events from conference to put on here and talk about them and talk about how I did and stuff like that. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to have a good conference. My coaches are looking forward to it. They think I'm going to do well. I think I'm going to do well. I'm pretty excited for it. All right. Thank you for watching.